This video is going to be a very quick reveal as to what we are going to host at NIAV 2025. Now, the four things that we are going to showcase is definitely three LUA series: the Serendipity, the Celestian, and the Synchronicity, all in different orders. But you get what I mean. That is going to be a separate series, which you'll talk about which you'll hear what Zephon has to say later. And also we are going to showcase its flagship, which is Rossi and Wing's First Light. This is going to be what essentially embodies Rossi and Wing as a whole. But anyways, I don't want to waste any more time. Y'all could listen to the brief interview I had with him right now. Remember when I say we'll talk about this thing later? So today I have with me the one, the only, the man himself, Zephon, the creator, the founder of Rossi and Wing. Now, in terms of what we are going to exhibit in NIAV as well, we will not only be exhibiting what is his Blood, Flesh, and Tears, the First Light, the embodiment of what Rossi and Wing is, we will also be exhibiting the LUA series, which is three different types of IEMs. So without further ado, would you talk about the LUA series?
Right. So LUA is actually like you could call like more budget-friendly series. So it's also our experimental series. So we're testing different things, different combinations, as well as different collaborations with the LUA series.
Yeah, this is the one thing I really appreciate from, I would say, Rossi and Wing. Because looking at this, for people who don't know, you'll probably think like, what's this? It's probably just like some packaging, right? They actually took the liberty to go and find local artists and find inspiration on certain things, certain aspects throughout history, throughout human art, throughout human history, basically, to represent something in the form of, an IEM.
Yeah, definitely, because I actually studied visual art. Did you know that?
Okay, I did
So
not
I was
know
a
that.
visual art major, so a lot of things I do, I have like a connection to art, and I have to feel like I had to bring it back. So for the LUA series, you can even see like the packaging for the Celestian. This is like a wooden art frame. So I want to use it to kind of reinforce the art aspect of this. So for the LUA series, we also collaborate with the Taiwanese local artists to create original works for the LUA series, each one of them. And each LUA series also corresponds to a classical artist in history. So that kind of reinforces what we're all about, including the First Light, which is also like an artistic creation more than an IEM itself.
But I would say for the First Light, it will be something that's a little bit more, some people might call it a little bit extreme, but in his case, he has a reason for it. Why did the First Light came to be this way?
Well, the first thing is like for me and for Rossi and Wing, the most important thing for me is the ambience, you can call it like the presence of the music itself. For me, I grew up watching movies, going to a live show. So when I got into the hobby, I really want like a set of earphones that actually bring me back to the location or where I experienced it. Like for the movies, I want to feel like the soundtrack. I want to listen to the soundtrack as if I'm back there in movie
You want to
theater
feel like
itself.
you're literally back in that place
there
itself.
Yeah. So when I'm listening to an orchestra, I want to feel like I'm in the orchestra, like the concert hall itself. So First Light is actually the embodiment of that. That's a singular purpose, nothing else, to bring the user back to that location, like where you had the memories.
Okay, so in terms of this, definitely the First Light is literally like, the purest essence that you could get from Rossi and Wing. And for the LUA series, it also embodies part of Rossi and Wing's philosophy, but at the same time, this thing pays more homage back to everybody else, rather than just being something that is the most, you could say it's selfish, but at the same time, this is a very important thing for every single entity. They need to prove themselves. They need to have something that represents themselves.
Definitely.
This thing,
I would definitely say First Light is for me personally. It's basically the embodiment of me.
Yeah,
and for the LUA series, just like you said, it's more for everybody. So for the LUA series, we're actually attempting to go something more bold, more fun, more experimental. That's why we're always collaborating with different artists, and including fragrance brand.
Including a fragrance brand, man. Including a fragrance brand. You could listen to nice things, you could smell nice. Okay, so this is basically it for a very short, a very brief interview with Zephon. So once again, thank you for your time, man.
Thank you for the opportunity, Jeff.
And also one thing, just putting it out there. Any future plans on Rossi and Wing? What's the future direction of it?
We're actually creating like a sister IEM to the First Light right now. It's called the Four Winds.
When's that going to come up?
Hopefully by the end of the year.
Hopefully by the end of the year. Will it hit any retailers in Taiwan so that people could, test it or something like that?
We actually had like a previous exhibition that we actually showcased it. We're actually getting really good feedback on it. So it's really close to First Light, but the position is different. So it has a faster bass and more exquisite tribbles.
So you could say this thing, when I listen to this thing is really, really, I would say, it sounds very inviting. It sounds like a warm home. So I would say from what I could gather, it's probably, I wouldn't say the opposite of that, but I would say a more energetic version of that. Could I say that?
Definitely. Oh, for the First Light, you could imagine yourself like you're actually sitting in the audience hall. For the Four Winds, we're actually bringing you to the stage, right where the conductor is.
Okay.
That would probably be the best way to describe it.
Okay. So yeah, there you have it, man. That probably sums up everything. So once again, thank you, Zephon, for actually sitting down, getting to let us know about all of this. And for anybody that wants to learn more about Rossi and Wing, just go to the link in the description below. I'll put all the links there. So yeah, thank you, man.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah, no issue.